Wyatt is I here, and I'm here doing a commentary for The Fog, 1980. Not the 2005 bullshit. That was a horrible film. Alright, enough of that. That's all I'm going to talk about with that remake shit. This this is an interesting film, for me personally, and actually the way it was made and everything. Um, for me personally, I grew up watching this as a kid. It was not a favorite of mine. I found it a little boring when I was younger. And it is, compared to the other John Carpenter films, a little bit more boring than the others. But that was when I was about 8. Now I am 32, and this movie has really gone strong. And I think mainly because I didn't watch it as much as, let's say, Halloween or Escape from New York, The Thing, the other Carpenter classics. This one didn't watch as much. I mainly watched it on TV, so I didn't really get to see that much of the gore. I did see it, of course, once on VHS, I'm sure, but probably not too impressed, and like it was just like, I found it more interesting that almost like most of the cast of Halloween was in this, and I didn't know yet that John Carpenter had his own team and everything. Only 8, no internet, had to figure that all by myself. Oh, but yeah, we also have John Houseman, I believe that's how you say his name. In the intro here, classic actor. And I love this intro. It's a nice setup, a nice ghost story intro. I'm surprised more movies don't use this. But then again, it was used heavily in the 80s with the slasher genres and everything, I would say. But it's a good way. It's a nice, good way of setting everything up without having to show you and you using your imagination, not giving it to you right away like they would in any intro today. Yeah. So anyway, the other interesting thing about this movie is when it was made, um, they did shoot. Carpenter made the movie, and his team. And when they were editing it together, they realized it wasn't working that well. So what they did is did a couple reshoots, and I think mainly what it was is they just needed a little more pizzazz. They were going too old school because after Halloween, they want to do, as they say, an old ghost story. I believe the old ghost story they were going for was like a old school film ghost story. You know what I mean? Where more of like the original the haunting, where you don't see anything; it's all implied. But I think that's what they're going for. And during the 80s, the slasher genre just took off. This is 1980. Like, it literally, I'm pretty sure, I want to say 79 for Friday the 13th. After Friday the 13th, that was when it took it off. And this needed to compete with the other films, basically. The other horror movies that had the gore. And I think mainly that's what they wanted, was more gore. And that's what they gave them. And it probably helps, actually. It gives a little more impacts to the deaths. And just makes it a little more modernized. It doesn't need it, but I think it helps. And here we go with this amazing shot coming up. See the beach and everything. And look how I'm watching it on Blu-ray, the Scream Factory edition, and it just looks beautiful, people. I mean, this is amazing. It looks really good. John Carpenter's The Fog. It looks so good right there. I mean, you can really see the beach. I mean, I'm sure that was an early morning shot. It looked early morning. It didn't look late at night. The magic hour, as they say. And here we are setting up. There's Adrienne Barbeau on the radio, our main character, our heroiness, I believe that's what you say. I'm not sure. Whatever. And of course, our man John Carpenter smoking a cigarette and putting it out in a beer can. Which I'm sure it's midnight right now. I'm sure he's doing the same thing. Or he's asleep. And here's the setup. They're in a church. I almost called it a castle for some reason. But they're in this church that was built by this guy's great grandfather and his um, compadres when they started this town 100 years ago. Bennett, I have a friend named Bennett. He's a badass. Father, can I get paid? No. Cool. I get less hours and don't get paid. Awesome. Yes, sir. I'll do it. I like that shadow right there. If I'm drinking, I like that. What is he drinking? He drinking wine? Yeah, he is drinking wine, huh? Probably drinking the service wine. Boom. Classic jump scare right there. You know, a lot of people hate on jump scares, and I can see why, but they work. I don't mind them. If you're doing it constantly, that's annoying. But as long as there's some kind of payoff, like it's real, like it's a real threat, the jump scare, or in this situation where we get a little bit of information from it. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool. We get something out of it. As long as we get something out of the jump scare, I don't mind it. I think you could get away with 2 to 3 good jump scares in a film. It's not like I'm an actual film director. I don't make any movies. I don't even shoot, but I am a keen observer of film, and I think that's what I like best is when they keep it low, but they still go for it with some jump scares. April 30th. Funny thing is also at the beginning, John Houseman said it's almost midnight. It will be April 21st, so that means it was April 20th. It was 420. I've just noticed no one's mentioned that. Look at these 3 people in the dark, just smoking cigarettes. It's kind of funny because back then you could smoke cigarettes in the bar, in the bar, and it wasn't against the law. So it's kind of interesting. They're actually smoking a cigarette outside in this cold ass beach, on the beachfront. It's April. I'm sure it's not too sunny. I mean, too sunny. Of course, it's not sunny. It's nighttime, you douche. But it's not too warm. I like this setup of just showing the whole town too. It's really cool. And of course, credits. Nancy Loomis. Oh, another cool thing about this. They named a lot of the characters after the people the people who made the movie. There's Tommy Wallace, who is I believe the production designer. He his name is in this. And a couple other guys, of course. Nick Castle. There's a guy named Nick Castle, and of course he's a director, and he of course helped out John Carpenter immensely by playing. No, well, he played Michael in the original one. Others did as well, of course. But he also helped write Escape from New York. Also directed Last Starfighter. That's awesome. Director Dean Cundy. Dude, he is really good. I really love his style. Like, if I was to like straight swoop a style like of shooting, I would take his. I like it. He does a really good job. Um, all the movies he shoots. I mean, if you look at it, it's fucking awesome. He's just got so many good movies. He's worked with so many good. I was just watching Apollo 13, and he did that, and I was just like, God damn. For the time, that was really good. It still is good. The special effects ain't no Interstellar, but 1994. I mean, 95. I think 95. Whatever. I mean, that's fucking. It was still really good. So, Dean Cundy. In this movie, he shot this movie really well too. I mean, it looks really good. Let's get this grocery store here. And shirt 1980. I'm sure that's what it's supposed to say. Antonio Bay. That does sound like it could have been a California town. It could be a California town. That is where I'm from. Oh, getting close to 1 o'clock. And that's another interesting thing. I always find it weird that, why did they wait so long? Like, it's supposed to be, like, Why not just haunt the whole town all day too, instead of just doing this thing for 1 hour, coming out, going back, and then coming back later? I mean, it's just weird. I don't know. I don't understand that. But whatever. It's a movie. Look at the price, dude. No, that's. I'm sure gas was not that much. Here, fill it up. About 10, fucking $8. Jesus Christ. There it is. Film editors. I'm sorry, Tom. I said he was a production designer. He's an editor. I should have known better. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Electronic realization. I like that. Of course, another great thing about Carpenter, he scores all his own films, and just about all of them are great. I mean, there's only a few that aren't too good. I don't know if he scored Ghost of Mars. That shot always reminded me of Suspiria for some reason. I don't know why. The beginning. I might take a few moments of silence, taking a drink or doing something else. Written, yeah, it was also written. This movie's written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, in which Deborah Hill never gets talked about as much as John Carpenter. Of course, she's not the director; she didn't shoot it all, but she helped make all his movies, like the classics, all the good ones. The good ones. Say he's got bad ones. I would say my least favorite would probably be Ghost of Mars, but it's kind of fun, still fun. But Deborah Hill gets, she obviously did her shit right because he stuck with her. They were in a relationship together before this movie was made. I think when they were writing it, and even afterwards they stuck together. So they must have known they're one hell of a team. You know what I mean? Because yeah, it works. Oh, I hate to do this. I hate to mention the remake after I said I didn't want to mention it, but um, she did produce the remake. Now, that is something I wonder if she did that just for strictly money reasons, because I don't see any Deborah Hill influence at all. I think you do see some in these other movies. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. Maybe she doesn't have that much influence in these movies either. Because there is some other things she didn't want done in, let's say, Halloween 2. And the original Halloween, I think also there was something she was against in Escape from New York. So maybe her influence isn't as much. Maybe she's really good behind the scenes, just getting everybody in line and get everything going. You know what I mean? So John doesn't have to worry about that. He can just worry about shooting the film, getting his vision down. His vision. I fucking hate when people say, "I have a vision, a picture in my head. It was this, the flux capacitor." Sorry, I'll fucking do that once in a while. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, windows blow out. That's crazy. She's totally flirting with this guy. He just picked her up and she's already flirting with him. Like, this guy could be a fucking psycho. Like, if this was any other movie directed by someone else, this would easily have turned into a fucking slasher right here. She's lucky she's in a classy Carpenter film and not in a Lucio Fulci film, because she would be getting fucking stabbed up right now. Oh yeah, of course that was jeez, I'm so sorry people. I'm not gonna this. I've been drinking a little bit. But that was Tom Atkins and of course Jamie Lee Curtis, we all know her. Halloween. Tom Atkins is also a great actor. He's in one of my other favorite movies, Night of the Creeps. I love that one. And here's Adrienne Barbeau. Her and John Carpenter were married during this. That's probably why she's in this and the next couple movies. The next movie, Escape from New York. But she does a good job in this. I like her. I like her as an actress. A lot of people can say, "Oh, she only got this because she was a model and she's married to the director." It's like, yeah, of course, but she does a good job. I like her in this movie. They don't play up her sexiness that much. Well, I guess they do for the radio talk, don't they? But they don't do it as much as, let's say, Escape from New York, where she just full on has like just a total cleavage showing, like her every fucking time they show her. Oh, oh sorry, people. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Also, that was Charles Cyphers as well. He was in, of course, he was Sheriff Brackett in Halloween, and she kept calling him Dan because he's named Dan O'Bannon. Now, Dan O'Bannon wrote Alien, the original draft Alien, and he directed one of my top horror movies of all time, Return of the Living Dead. You would like to meet her. I just totally missed that. Hal Holbrook is in this film too. We already saw him, but sorry about that. Hey, there's a log bank out there. This guy here, oh shit. They're in the front right here, and he's looking out the window. He's also in The Thing, and Escape from New York too. He's a fucking good actor. Oh, God damn, I'm trying to think of his name. But yeah, he is good. I really like him in They Live. That's uh that's one I'll probably be doing sometime commentary for. Not all my commentaries are gonna be horror, so now this scene, I really like this scene here. Kind of gets us going. It gives us our setup, our initial setup. But I do like how it takes place on the ocean. Not too much supernatural stuff in the ocean. That's something I think that should be worked with. Anytime you see a movie in the ocean and it's horror, it usually involves sharks. I mean, pretty much 99% of the time involves sharks when there's so many other terrifying things that could be on there. And sharks are the go-to, which is they're scary. But there's so many other things you can go with. I mean, why just a shark? Why not an octopus? Why not why not a supernatural being or creature that lives in the ocean? Why not an evil mermaid movie? That's always sharks. But not this one. It's pirates. Ghost pirates. Pirate ghost. South Park. Reference. Get used to it. Pirate ghost. Ghost pirates. Now, if I saw that, do you think that was like the ship that one-eyed Willie was on? It kind of looks kind of familiar. Who is that? You should be like, holy fuck, what's going on here? And don't you realize they're holding hooks? Like, that's pretty terrifying. Oh, he got run through, so. Oh, got another one. Oh, he got the hook. And yeah, these guys, they die pretty brutally. I'll give them this. In this movie, man, they put hooks and knives in these fools, man. It ain't easy. They don't choke you or anything like that. They straight stab you up. I like the light going out his eye right there. That was cool. They didn't make it like a big deal either. They just like casually did it. This guy's an idiot. That was right beside us. You don't smell the seaweed or you don't smell the ocean coming off this guy? I guess he is in the ocean, so how would smell it? Oh shit. Now that's funny. In the old, I recorded this off TV back in the day, on Monster Vision, and my copy, you could barely see what's going on. Like, so this Blu-ray amazes me how much detail they brought out, and it really helps the movie. KAB. It's a pretty cool radio station. I'm not a huge jazz fan, but I like the songs. Some other people that like, reviewed this movie or refer to it, they always say the songs are cheesy. I like them. Or like this one. This one's cool. Just a nice, soft, relaxing music. But it'd be cool. There's actually a video on YouTube. Somebody put together the whole playlist that she plays, and they kind of made their own KAB radio station. It's pretty cool. Check it out. God, everybody's smoking cigarettes in this. She lied. Spooky fog. Pirate Ghost fog does. Oh, it's glowing. Okay, Mystery Lady. Yeah, I'm just repeating myself, aren't I? Sorry. Oh, look how beautiful the ocean looks, dude. When they show the ocean, man, they really fucking get their money's worth out of the ocean shots, don't they? Just looking through all these photos that she's taken of. That's funny. They're actually, or are they drawings or photos? She draws, yeah, she draws. She doesn't take photos. I'm sorry. She took photos. They wouldn't be flipping the pages like that. Now, these are interesting characters. I like them, but they almost don't even have to be in the movie. But I'm happy they are. They kind of that's what I like about this movie. The going back from characters and everything's kind of fitting together until they all eventually meet up at the end. Give away something to a movie that's from 1980. But yeah, like Jamie Lee Curtis is good in this. She just has like a different carefree character, and Tom Atkins sells the local local guy who's been working there his whole life, working or living there his whole life. Now some of these people must have some good money because a lot of these fools live on the ocean. That costs a lot of money to do, people. See, a lot of these people must have had hand down, handed down from the family or something like that, because that's a shitload of cash. Pretty sure this fool lives on the ocean. This fool. This guy and Adrienne Barbeau's character do. Oh, he got saved. He's lucky. That grandfather clock's fucked, though. Straight up. Want to look straight up. No one really says that anymore. Yep, he is on the ocean. I knew it. Yeah, they left behind their life raft. You did take like 5 minutes answering the door. Fade to black. That movie was made in 1980 as well, I believe. Fade to Black. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you're a horror movie fan, please look it up. Fade to Black 1980. And now we have the kid coming out. See, once again, getting their money's worth with those ocean shots, with those beach shots. See, that's another thing. This kid is on the beach and there's no one in sight. That's crazy to me. It's like I lived in California, but then again, I'm more southern, central. These guys are definitely northern. And so maybe it is colder, so maybe there wouldn't be too many people out there. Oh, gold coin. Whoa. A very crazy cut from gold coin to piece of driftwood. What would you like, the driftwood or the gold coin? I personally think the gold coin might be worth more. And now that said Dane, of course, we will figure out what that is a little later. Yeah, look at that beach house. The water even comes in. Look at that. That's crazy. So really, Tom Atkins' character really probably lives close to there. And now we see there's a guy there in these pictures, but yet he's not in the movie. They never explain if he died or divorced. I want to say died. Sure, Mom. Has this kid been anything else? I don't know. Looks like he could have been. Ghost stories. Sorry for the cough. Man, ghost stories. I don't think kids do that anymore. I don't think they know. I don't think they know or appreciate um, being outside and on on a log on a campfire. Just talking. It's amazing how fun and entertaining that can be. No wonder why people did it forever until TV was made, pretty much. But no, it's still done. Anytime there's a campfire, I sit around it. You call the Coast Guard, Hank? And like another guy's smoking. Sound like what an asshole. You're all like worried about this guy not coming in on the dangerous ass ocean. The Lady Laura, that's in the background. 76. Get gas. Eventually. Antonio Bay celebrates its past. Campground. 1/10 a mile. Oh, here we are with Jamie Lee Curtis's mother, Janet Leigh, and she's the mayor, and I like her in this. Um, she kind of goes a little old school, but that's where she's from. She's from the old school of acting, but I still like it. I like the connection too. Of course, the Psycho Halloween connection. That's great. Oh, that's Nancy Case too. She was actually married to Tommy Lee Wallace when they did this movie, and was in Tommy Wallace's first directing movie was Halloween 3, and she played the ex-wife of Tom Atkins, who was in Halloween 3. Look at. They do live in a nice, beautiful like area, country, beautiful country, America. No, but nice countryside. I mean, with the ocean, it's, it's just really nice. It's really visually appealing, and I think that's what kind of like about this movie. the contrast from the nice atmosphere that you see, grass everywhere, ocean. You know, that wind is blowing like a motherfucker, and I know from personal experience that it's probably not warm. That's probably really cold. California doesn't get crazy weather, but it does get weather where it really messes with you after you've been in it for a while. Because we're so warm when anything cold comes by, it just totally throws you off. It's crazy. And there's people from other states that have said shit, talk smack, and yet when they're here after a year and then the winter rolls around, they're just as cold as we are. So it's like, what happened to us being wussies here? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I know. They said not to worry. Mm, yeah, I don't want to go home and take care of my dog. That's insane. I mean, she's a good actress, but every time I hear her that voice, man, I just think of Annie. Like I just hear Annie. It's like little Lindsay Wallace didn't know what happened. Won't know what hit her. And the way she said "what happened" right there, "what happened," is very much like how she talks in Halloween. Dick is dry as a bone. The old Volkswagen. It's a crazy cross right there. I know this isn't much of drum a commentary, but you know, I'll try to get it going here. Ooh, look at that tree. That shit almost looks like the family truckster from fucking Vegas Vacation. Vegas Vacation. My God, National Lampoon's Vacation. I'm sorry, people. Like I said, it's past midnight. I've been drinking. Matter of fact, one second. Why don't you enjoy this scene for a bit? Pour myself another one. Just drinking some whiskey. Nothing amazing. Seagram 7. I have a budget, people. It's unfresh and believable. Oh shit. Sorry about that. I got my microphone set up and I accidentally just hit it. That church is really dark. Why is he hanging out in the dark? Oh, Jesus. I forgot she says that. Jesus. And then she apologizes. Oh, God. Oh, don't apologize. This guy was hiding in the dark. What is he doing? Father Malone. Maloney. That's Maloney. Now, I want you to hear how Holbrook act his ass off here. Excuse me. I love the angle with the book, the diary. One problem, one problem is If he just kept reading, he would have figured out very early that the cross was the gold. You know what I mean? Like, if he just kept reading the fucker, do you think he would have read that shit front to back? The font was very big. I mean, it's not, it's not like small at all. I mean, that he damn near one paragraph is a whole page, so it wouldn't have been that much. But whatever, then we wouldn't have a movie. He would have got the cross thrown in the ocean, and they'd be like, "Oh, thanks." No, because was it seven must die or six must die? We'll find out in a second here when we get to see Adrian Barbeau and that piece of driftwood. Oh, didn't we see a piece of driftwood with the word Dane on it? Now, another thing, this is what he's reading, what the story is of the fog is actually based on a true story from Goleta, California. Now, that is right next to where I was born in Santa Barbara, California. And I did some research, and yeah, there was a ship that had gold from the Spanish, had some gold and everything in California. A lot of people don't know that there's a lot of craziness that went on in California during that time, and there was a there's some people there was a group in Goleta that did decide to build a false fire and make it look like have the ship came in. The ship crashed on rocks because Goleta, Santa Barbara has a nice sandy beach, but Goleta gets a little hilly and a little bit like like a cliffish, pretty much almost. And yeah, there's rocks there, so that's probably what happened. So I mean, it's a really good story. I like that. I almost would like to see that as a movie. I mean, it pretty much is the fog, but without the supernatural element, just the trickery involved in that. I mean, I know it wouldn't seem like a great movie. How do you make that into a movie? Eh, better than Iron Man 8 or whatever the fuck we're up to with these comic book movies. I don't want to get into it that much, but I'm kind of sick of all these goddamn comic book movies, guys. Like if that's all it is action now. Comic book movies and Liam Neeson kind of movies where some guy is going against a whole army. Nothing good anymore. Nothing that good anymore. I like the scene right here too. Jamie Curry. The movie's picking up now. I'm sorry, I kind of veer off of it, but I think right now I'm gonna start picking up and talking about the film more. Like I said, I like this movie for more of its atmosphere, other than its actual story. Well, I really like the story. I do like everything, the acting, everything, but just the atmosphere is nice. I don't know. I just put this movie on. You can put it on during the daytime, nighttime. It doesn't have any that much cussing, no nudity, so it's not like I'm against no nudity or cussing. Like, oh, like of course I don't mind that at all. But other people do when I'm around, so it's kind of nice to be able to just throw this on. And like I said, it just might be the fact that I didn't watch this a lot. And I watched like fucking Halloween like hundreds of times. Halloween 2 hundreds of times. Seriously, like maybe like 200 times, like at least. Like I've watched it a lot. I watched Escape from New York like 100 times. Like when I watch movies, I watch movies. You know, like like I kind of almost don't even like. Oh, I'm gonna shut up now. I hear this. See, I like this little story here. We're using our imaginations for a movie. I love stories, engaging stories like this in movies. It lets you. We're getting the movie, but we're still like almost like a book. You're getting something, but there's something else working else to picturing another story while we're watching this story. I know that must seem a little inceptionist, in sheepshness. Sorry, but yeah, that was. See, there you go, a jump scare that paid off. Like it seemed like it was for no reason, but really it helped her move, and then the dead body came on her. Came on her. Fell on her. Usually it's the other way around. So you come on a dead body. See, you're fucking necrophiliac. I'm sorry. That's outrageous. Commercial. That's where it would have gone to commercial back in the day, watching this on TV. Yeah, Hal Holbrook, I like his intensity. You know, he's fucking just wasted. And he's just like, oh my god, we're all gonna die. He just doesn't know that only 7 are gonna die. We all gonna die. Little Nicky, god damn it. I will quote other movies while doing a movie commentary for one movie. And then I'll tell you what. Usually I will. If I don't, it's usually because it's so goddamn obvious. KAB. I'd like to have that sign. That'd be cool. I'm sure someone has it. That would be a hell of a movie prop right there, too. Like, only a hardcore movie fan would be like, oh shit. Hardcore horror fan. A hardcore movie fan might not even like that. Like this. Look at that shot. That is great. And the ocean, like I said, they get their fucking money's worth with the ocean. It looks good. I haven't paying an ass to shoot that, like having to do all that, crawling up the steps. That's a long way. Definitely keep you in shape. Yeah, damn, that's for sure. All that way just to fucking get to your job. I act like it's a crazy thing. Like, oh my god, she's walking like 300 feet. You know, that shit happens every time she opens that motherfucking door. That thing pops open. She's got to close it. It's like, I would just put a goddamn rope around the knobs and that way they won't open, you know? Alright, well, let's not do a home improvement here. Let's talk about the movie. Dude, wouldn't that be a weird kind of, like, is that what goes on? Like, when she's not on the radio, they just play these goddamn promo tapes? Like, do they actually hear that too? I mean, what the fuck? She couldn't get, like, oh, I guess she can't hire anybody. Oh, yeah, Jesus. I would at least pre-tape something and play it, you know? Like, goddamn, really annoying. My God. I love his intensity, dude. He's so crazy. I love how Janet Leigh's just kind of like, oh, this fucking guy's crazy. Yeah. Dude, his mustache is the shit. Dude, Hal Holbrook could have been a good Wyatt Earp, like a little bit younger, like maybe in like the 70s or maybe late 60s. No, early 70s, late 60s. Yeah, he could have been like a really good Wyatt Earp. Looking at him right here. What the fuck? I don't know what's her name. It's just like, okay, let's creep out of here. Creep out of the scene. Holbrook just looking intense. Dang. I like that. That's cool. Practical effect. Practical. Practical. It's practically real. That would suck. That would destroy your equipment easily. Those tapes would be fucked too. Like you're there, why not just play some music? Like, 'cause it said she had the station, so it's not like, well, who wouldn't want to listen? It's like, ah, no, people are only, it's 6 o'clock, and nobody's like, oh, 5:35 back there, 5:40. So it's not like people are driving home from work or anything like that. That would be in their cars listening to the fucking radio. Oh my, I'm going crazy about this radio business now. I don't know why. Never thought about that before at all. Like a turntable. I'm very easily distracted, aren't I? Excuse me, my throat's a little stuffy, so I sound a little weird and probably gonna cough a bit, and I apologize for any coughing. I am human. I like how people do that when they cough, like they go, oh, my apologies, people. Like, settle down. Yeah, he saw his eyes. He's like, no, I didn't see his eyes. They were stabbed out of his fucking skull. He had no eyes. I saw the sockets that were left. On the beach. What was it doing? She's like, it's a fucking piece of wood. What do you think it was doing? It was fucking kicking back, getting a tan. Yes, it does belong to somebody. Some fucking pirate ghosts. Ghost pirates. Cobrits. Mrs. Cobrits is fucking useless. Oh, Mom. I love the kid they went with. They went with, like, oh, this kid's so cute and adorable. Like, goddamn. That's funny. I don't think that. I don't think he's that cute or adorable. He looks like an 80s kid. Look at that microphone setup. Like, I have, I have something better, like, kind of better than that right now. Well, no, not really, because hers is actually hooked up to the radio. I love how did you see how she did that? She just got into character right there. Now she's talking like me. Get really quiet for no reason. Well, I'm quiet because there's people sleeping. It's midnight. But she's being quiet to give herself a little bit more of a effect on her voice. See, this is a nice song. Like, who wouldn't like this? Dude, this is nice to just put on the background. I'm really freaking out about the radio, aren't I? And the movie, the music and everything. Like, not even the score music, the actual music they're playing in the radio in the movie. Kid staring off in the distance, twirling his fucking, I guess, crucifix, or maybe something, I don't know. This is a scene I do believe John Carpenter said they added when the first edit wasn't that great, so they went back and kind of added this scene. Not this, I bet you they added him actually getting up. Taking on water. See, that's what I like. The about this movie, it's not even really what they show you, it's what they say right there. Like, he said, I saw him a week ago, and now he's been in the water for like a month, so it's like, what happened there? I think that cold water would kind of preserve. No, not at all, because the fucking animals would have their way with that goddamn body. But no animals eating it. Would the body decompose like pretty bad, or it would bloat? It would definitely bloat, huh? Yeah, it would look disgusting. But yeah, see, see, how could they say that when he's got no fucking eyes? Oh no, they would think that because they would probably see. That's what I like too. Now, what did they do? Like, with them just being there that much? See, that's cool. I like that. Like, they give you another like visualization. They don't really show you the guy. This is a good scene. This was a good one to add. That's another good thing about the fog. Yeah, fixing a movie. Like, they said they didn't like their first edit, and then they come back and they make something better. It's funny. I love how in decades she's got 70s hair, even though it's 1980. It's like how fashion like laps over the last decade. The fashion of the late decade kind of melds away in the like first couple of years of the new decade. Sorry about that. Ooh, that looks familiar. See, that's shit I'm used to seeing. Smoggy mornings on the coast. Oh, another. They go back to that first shot. Oh, that's fucking great. That looks good. I really freak out over the ocean shots. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that looks so goddamn good. Yeah. That van. Oh, that'd be cool, dude. I'd love to have that van. Orange and shit. Look at that stogie. Oh, no, not stogie. That fucking pipe he's lining up. Stogie. Why did I get stogie? That pipe. Think he's smoking weed? I bet you it's a blend. It's a melt of tobacco and weed. So they don't notice. Did you hear that? Something just hit my door. Do you think it was Ghost Pirates? Pirate Ghost? She's just found out her husband has been killed. Or no. Did they even find her? No, they didn't find the other guys, so they took those bodies. What do you think they did with them? Why take them? Like, what are you gonna do with them? Keep them around? Are they now pirate ghosts, ghost pirates now? See, that's old school kind of acting. It's taking almost all the spotlight and putting it on you. Like, that's very 50s, 60s acting. Yeah. Studio. Like studio kind of acting. The music almost gets studio-ish, actually. It's a good scene, but her acting gets a little like that's where I say one scene I think her acting gets a little bit like the old school way gets like kind of comes in. Ugh, God, I would be back in 1 second. It's not like I was saying anything anyway. Sorry, had to deal with a CAT. Nick Castle. She's like, oh my god. She's like, you co-wrote fucking Escape from New York, didn't you? She's like, what? The fog looks cool. I do like the fog effects in this movie. Sorry, all my cans there. Sorry, I have a cat and he's ruining the goddamn commentary now. Let's see what he's doing. Alright, now he's just laying down. Cool. Sorry about that. Whole town went unglued. Like, what do you think of that? Her voice. I love that. I was gonna check in with you. That's so funny. He's like actually taking another shift so he can talk to her. Really has a thing for her. It's kind of crazy they've never met too, because it's like you live in a small town, like small community. Like you think you would eventually cross paths, especially if you're making announcements and working with the sailors and captains out there. Sailors and captains, people. That big fucking fall. That guy is actually in Halloween 3 too. He's the guy who says, you gotta. My mom maybe is a Christian. You gotta help people out when you need to. Then he just leaves. Ah, ah, very crazy. Excuse me. There's that folk bank, the folk world, and she she was gonna set her beer down, but she was like, "Fuck that! I'll just take it with me." And the bartender didn't say anything. How fucking cool is that? Dude, you would get in so much trouble for doing that now. Like maybe you could go outside. Like they'd let you take it outside to drink it. Like out front when you have a cigarette or something like that. Like just out front or in a back balcony or something. But they would not let you take it home. You have to finish it here. Believe me, my family used to have a bar. Oh, believe me, please believe me. She had a whole like bulletin. I feel like talking. That's all. Talks on the radio all day. She only does a show for an hour, couple hours. No, she's not wearing earphones. Shouldn't you be wearing earphones? Do you think like, well, on the radio they also wear earphones here? She's like, fuck that, I ain't doing that. John's like, okay, we're not doing that. It's Fog or like motherfucking Snoop Dogg is Jamal by or some shit. Everything's going crazy. What? Am I breathing hard enough? Sorry. Sorry. Got all close right there. Man. This scene's entertaining. It's a little weird in some parts, but it's entertaining. I like the smoke kind of trickling in. The smoke, well, I should say fog, but that's smoke. That's smoke machine. This is cool. So you guys, I like the light right there, the red light right on top of them. And we got this bright light coming in, green. Lots of light, like crazy lighting going on. Oh man, he got a fucking hook right in the neck. Jesus. Man, that really fucked him up, huh? She's all like, what? Like, does she know what happened? Like, shouldn't she be like, I heard something? I think you'd call the police, like, hey, I think something happened to this guy, Dan, that I talk to almost every day. She's like, fuck that. The show must go on. KAB, Super Sounds of the 70s. And if you don't mind, I'm going to be right back 1 second. That'd be the shit if she said the number's 555. Quack. Oh, that is a reference to a cartoon, Quackbusters, Looney Tunes, 1980s. The shit. Matter of fact, there's a song on there called Monsters Lead Such Interesting Lives. And it's a whole song about like all the horror icons, Daffy Duck singing in like some Polish like lounge singer voice. But it's so cool. Like it's a really cool fucking song. Check that out. Monsters Lead Such Interesting Lives. Quackbusters. They weren't around when power was invented. These stations were invented, but they know how to shut them down. They know to shut them down. See, if they didn't even bother doing this, they could have just attacked that whole village real fast. Village, the whole fucking the township real fast. I was gonna say town, but I know they call it like we're a township here. Like so, let's say township. I'm scary. I like how they're celebrating their ancestors. They're like grandparents, great grandparents, like trick these fools and fucking instead like crashing, taking their money. She's turning on a generator, folks. I'll be a pain in the ass. Really? Do ya? Ding 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 ding. See, this is classic John Carpenter. You know what? I will say the score is fucking amazing. The Fog score could it like has skyrocketed to some like top top five, maybe even top three favorite John Carpenter scores. It has a really good sound. Excuse me. The score like really helps make this movie like more atmospheric and like once again John Carpenter like making this shit like himself like getting himself involved in making this shit good. They have no power. You have power, but they don't have power. You've got to have power. No one can hear you. Unless you're in a car, I guess. Yes, ma'am. He said that funny. Well, at least they're, nice and they knock for you to open the door and then ambush you. And that's a fucked up thing to do. It's like, why don't they just break down the fucking door? Do they have to be invited? Do they have to like, go through a doorway or some shit? Like, because one of the ghosts opened the other door, right? On the ship. Whatever. Making too big of a deal of this. That's a crazy poster in the back. Yeah. Probably one of those draw, like, fill in, you're fill in the colors type deal. Make your own design. No. Oh shit. Damn. They killed that old lady. Oh, this kid's screwed. He's dead. Just don't open the door, kid. You'll be fine. Oh, now they break down the fucking door. White Beach Lane. It's a racist name. White Beach. Sorry. Could help myself. That's fucked up to kill that kid because he wasn't even born in that city and his mom's not even from that fucking city. So it's like, doesn't make any sense. Or that township. These fucking pirate ghost pirates are fucked up. Luckily, Tom Sizemore peeks on that kid a couple of nights, a couple times in the week. How did he know where he sleeps? God damn it. I like this movie, but it's funny. I love stuff like that. Some people actually make that like a big deal, like, oh, that's ridiculous. It's like, settle down. As long as the movie's entertaining. Okay? Oh, shit. I love how they're driving around with a truck, no windows, and there's still glass pieces everywhere. Like, he didn't take the time to clear some of those glass pieces out. Oh my god, come on. Why didn't. Oh, yeah, she was already in the truck. They were almost gonna die because she didn't know how to put the clutch into reverse. Or she put a reverse. Put the clutch. Put this put the shifter in reverse. She probably wasn't hitting the clutch hard enough, actually. That's what I'm thinking. Since she's wealthy, she's probably used to like newer cars. Jesus. And that's the last we see. Oh no, that's not the last we see. Let's go, but they're fine. And there's Deborah Hill in the middle right there. You do. A little lip quiver. Pretty fast too, I'd say. God damn. Chestnut. Walnut. No, chestnut. Walnut, chestnut, mixed nuts, almonds. Ah. Sorry. Everybody just listens to the one station. What the fuck is this? She's like, cafe. Nick. Oh my god. He said, here comes that goddamn good score. Some people I've watched this say, they didn't really fill the fog up, and the fog doesn't really fill up the town that much. And I don't think it's supposed to. I think it's actually like almost like a traveling, like if you've ever seen Lost, like that goddamn um shadow monster or whatever the fuck it was called, sand monster, sand shadow monster, something like that. I think it's like an actual like it's just one form. Could be wrong. Probably am wrong, but you know, it's an excuse for the movie. Get to the old church. Ye old church. And here we are. We're coming up to the end right here. All the characters are going to meet up. Not all of them, excluding Adrian Barbeau, but everybody else will meet up that we followed. And we're going to see Father Malone's probably still just drinking. Yeah, he's just drinking, doing nothing. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hit the phone, microphone again. Dude, he's so wasted. He's like, oh, dude. You have to break it? Had to take a shot for that waste of alcohol there. And the bottle did nothing except have the priest do nothing because he was too busy drinking. Bow, bow, bow. That sucks. Now, how do they know? Oh, she's the only one with the goddamn power on. Yeah, they would see that. Because she's got power. Sorry. They did that reference, didn't they? It's a day of judgment. I love how. What? I peeked my head out real fast. Shut the door. Okay, shut the door in his ass. You know, he got all wet. What an asshole. They're like, we want to hear something new. They're like, we have a request. 99 ways to die. Uh, an obscure Megadeth song for you people. Jesus Christ, it's not even that far in. So, so his grandfather not only went along with this game, but then took all the gold and then kind of used it for himself. And then he's like, "Oh, I feel guilty about it." Yeah, it's pretty much your grandfather's fault. That's funny. Not only did those people die, but the people that tricked him didn't even get that really. They didn't really get anything out of it. They died for like no reason. So a church can have a cool ass gold plated cross. Very zombie-ish, very Night of the Living Dead-ish coming right here. Except they're pirate ghost pirates. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the movie now. The end is, I like the end. It does ramp, like I said, the second half of the movie really ramps it up. No one's touched it for a long time. Why is there fingerprints all over? Oh, I guess they were just touching it. Grabbed her hair, man. He's taking it for himself for more drinking money. Don't go in there. Yeah, kid. That would have been heavy as a motherfucker, too. Oh, man. Look, he's so drunk, dude. Damn. Fucking ghost pirate ghosts don't fuck around, man. Comes to their money. They'll come back for their shit after, 100 years after they're dead. It's Blake. Interesting character. I almost wish they got to develop that one more. You know what I mean? See, the remake should have taken advantage of that story. They should have been showing flashbacks of the events going on while these went down. I think that would be kind of cool. Get to see Blake in the leper colony and the whole deal that they came up with and see everything happen. Yeah, this Blu-ray is really nice. You can see a lot more of the makeup they used. Right here, this shot right here. If you're not watching it on Blu-ray, you're probably going, motherfucker. I'm a father alone. He's totally drunk, dude. I wonder if all the work was actually wasted. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That's very unprofessional to be drunk on a set of film. Yeah, whatever. Tell that to fucking Joe Spinell. Oh man, dude, that would fucking hurt right in the collarbone like that, downwards. Like, I don't think you'd be able to move that shoulder too well. Oh, I think they said that special effect was done by Robotine, who did the effects for the Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Some of the best top, easily best makeup. Some of the best makeup. It's up there. Everybody's top 5 best makeup. Usually The Thing. So Robotine knows what he's doing. Oh, it's all like that shot. Those crucifix glowing thigh. Everything turning really bright. Now, I wonder if they left because they were so stoked they got their gold back. You know what I mean? They were like, holy shit, we gotta take this back to wherever the fuck our ship is in Fantasyland. And they took it back there, and of course, they come back. Sometimes they come back. Again. I don't know why I said that, sorry. You know, Karis is really holding on to that kid. Tom Atkins, he's like, it's finished. My coat is awesome. It is Tom. He's like, I'm a drunken priest. Drunken, I'm gonna guess Irish? I don't know. This is cool, and in the special features they have, they said they shot that scene backwards, so she had to be very careful not to blink, because it would look very odd when they did that. That's really cool. And what do you think he's reaching for? More fucking cigarettes, man. I mean, I don't. I used to smoke cigarettes. I'm friends with people that smoke. I don't hate them, but it's like, goddamn, these fuckers are constantly smoking up in this movie. That's pretty much any movie, like 1989 and down. There's people pretty much constantly smoking cigarettes. It's amazing the grip they had on society. And it's amazing how far from 1990 to today, how much they've been pretty much scaled back to the point of, I'm surprised they haven't been outlawed yet, really. I mean, I wouldn't be for that. I'd be for no chemicals in the tobacco and just having just straight tobacco. Oh shit. There's the end right here. Getting a little poetic, with the ending here. pretty good, offhand. But again, she's a broadcaster. That's what they do. They come up with moments. They're professionals. Unlike me, who's an amateur. But whatever. Yeah, well, see, they were probably fine. You're like, he's like, yo, shit. I bet you Blake was like, fuck, we didn't go to our sixth guy. He just mentioned it. He fucked himself. He's like, oh, we're coming back for six, motherfucker. Oh, classic. And there it is, The Fog. Man, it's a good movie. Has its faults. It's not a perfect movie. It's silly in some parts, but I really like it. It's very entertaining. There's a lot of good points to it. And here we go with the cast here. Like I said, Dan O'Bannon, Nick Castle. I mean, that's just cool. Like, they just named him after actual people. Tommy Wallace, that guy's name's Tommy Wallace. I mean, that's cool. Doc Master, everybody knows Doc Master. Sheriff Sims, I like that. Sheriff Sims. Mayor, Mr. Mayor. I thought what's her name was the mayor. Whatever. Ghost. Tommy Wallace was a ghost. Rob Bottin, he was Blake. Yeah, like I said, it's all these guys right here. Grocery clerk. That's me. Craig Stearns. Something that me and my girlfriend like to do. We like to look at the names of um the credits because sometimes you can find some funny names. Yeah, but all these guys, good job. Not too many people get the credit they deserve. Like movies when past the certain ones that you would get an Academy Award for. They don't have any awards for best script. I'm sure they do, like inside, like some insider, like fucking, like union, like fucking award, like type deal. Like this guy's been a grip for like 25 years and great movies, and I'm sure they give him something. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all I got really left to say. There's been some pauses anyway, so um, might as well just cut it off right now. So yeah, this is Wyatt as I. We watched The Fog. It's a classic, and you guys lock your doors, bolt your windows, because there's something in the fog. Good night.